Shalom to the brother AzanAhmath back at you with another lesson. And I pray this lesson is edifying to the lambs, to the sheep of YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, REPOST, and double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who do well, and peace and salutations to the house of David, the BAHASHAM, THAWADA, all right, and the large multitude who the Lord's going to have mercy on. We are almost at the end of this thing, and mercy is about to be extended to the elect. The great wedding of the Lamb is up next. You know, most of the time being in Babylon the Great, you know, we're depressed. We go through a lot because we're in hell. But the feast, the wedding that's prepared for us, that's the sunlight creeping through your window pane. The Most High is about to send his son to redeem his elect. And we are in the last of the last days. So the Lord said, be patient and wait for him. Right? James 5:7, be patient therefore, brethren, until the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandmen waited for the precious fruit of the earth and have long patience for it, until he receive the early and latter rain. The husbandman being the Messiah, Yahawashi, all things were created by him and for him. And he's been waiting to reclaim his wife. It said the precious fruit. The reconciliation process in the heavens will soon be completed in the spirit of the first fruits. And Yahawashi being the first fruit of the first fruits, these two unions are about to be as one. An oblation of sweet savor. This marriage will soon be consummated because the espousal period is about to be as one body and one flesh. Chaste virgins, if you can pick up what I'm putting down. The men who gave up their lives to save their lives. You men that weren't swayed to and fro, that stood on a solid foundation, and you stood on your watchtower, and you were obedient to the Lamb. The heavenly wedding is prepared for us. And it's going to have decked up trimmings, gold rubies and amethysts, clouds of beautiful fragrances of frankincense and myrrh. Everything exquisite, the flowers, the food, in the presence of the Most High. Every single strand of the fringes on the garments of the elect will be covered by the blessings of the cherubims all throughout the heavens. Just imagine this day is coming. I meditate on these thoughts, and in prayer that this day becomes a reality for his elect. How blessed will we be if we be of that number? You know, all throughout the palace, wine that's been aged since Moses came down Mount Sinai, right? The very best of the very best. See, these Oppenheimers, what the shadow government has right now, the Rothschilds and these elite banking families, what they have right now is swap meet shit compared to the luxuries that the Lord has prepared for his elect. He has something great prepared for us. We have the rest of our lives, literally eternity, everlasting, right? Eternal with the Most High. The book John 3:15 says that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have eternal life, right? Everlasting life, eternal life for the Akim and Aquaf that believed, right? He's prepared a table for his kings and princes as the cup of oil that runneth over anoints his elect in the heavenly tabernacles, all in the presence of hundreds and thousands of angels to witness this glorious ceremony, this valiant occasion. Man, it's gonna be a party. You know, Jake thinks Hennessy, weed, and women, you know, they think that's partying. But that's actually lame. We talking sitting on thrones, sitting at a table, you know, maybe 144,000 feet long, with the best delicacies and delectables that you can imagine. The finest opulence that one can imagine. Harps being played, timbrels being played in the presence of the Most High power. And how much more precious can that day be? Because you were patient in the world when you saw the things that you could have participated in. You could have joined in with the world, but you waited on the Lord. Right? Just like a woman who's a virgin, who has her eye on a man that she wants. Men getting at her, trying to go up in her, take her virginity, but she kept saying no. She has her eyes on her prize. She refused to give up the goodies to anybody else. Well, that's us, chaste virgins, who refuse everything in life if it wasn't of the Lord. See, they were born to marry the Lamb, right? As they say, meant to be together. This is Luke 12:36. And ye selves like unto men that wait for their Lord, when he will return for the wedding, that when he cometh and knocketh, they may open unto him immediately, right? Because the Lord is knocking and the world ain't answering. But we've answered the door. We've entertained angels. We've stood in the midst of our enemies. A reward is being prepared for his elect for doing his work and being faithful to the Lamb. Right? It says, blessed are those servants whom the Lord, when he cometh, shall find watching. Verily I say unto you, that he shall gird himself and make them sit down to meat, and will come forth and serve them. Right? Just like YAHAWASHI washed the feet of his disciples that became apostles. We are serving the Lord in these chains of darkness, in his flesh. And it pleases him. It's a sweet savor unto him, which is why he chose his elect to marry. The servants who are watching, never holding their peace, day and night, the watchmen that he set up on his walls of Jerusalem. All right, that's Isaiah, the 62nd chapter. The wedding is prepared for the future government of Yasharallah, the same men when you read in Jeremiah 3:15. It says, and I will give you pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. Right? And you've been fed. You're eating this sweet roll right now, being obedient to the strict instructions of this office, the gospel. Okay? These chosen spirits, the election of Israel, would give up their lives that they once knew in the world to save their lives in the next life. That's what a wife would do when she wants her husband. Prepare and adorn herself for the wedding. The wedding is coming. John the Revelator saw the trimmings of this wedding. He had a vision of the elect and YAHAWASHI sealed together. We were separated, being that we went off. We served idols, other gods, flirted and fornicated, and learned the ways of the heathen. But what John saw was that reconciliation. Right? This is Revelation 21:2. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride, adorned for her husband. And YAHAWASHI, King David, is going to be sitting at the head table. Crowns are going to be put on the elect's heads. Revelation 21:3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people. And Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI will be with them and be their God. So it's about getting to the finish line and crossing it, not bowing down to the image, because we have a wedding to attend to. Everything here has already been defeated. The victory over the beast, the number, his name, all that has already been defeated. You just have to believe that you belong at the wedding. These white robes is about to come out. White stones are about to come out that represent clemency and victory. A new name you shall get, and an eternal legacy that follows us all throughout the New Jerusalem beyond. He said your works will follow you. And we don't even have to get our prenuptials ready. All we have to do is prepare our spirits for victory, for a victorious special occasion and seasonal celebrations for a lifetime and lifetimes to come. The ceremony is near because the Messiah is coming for his wife, the elect. And I'll leave it there. I hope this lesson has been edifying to the elect of YAHAWAH Shai. This is the brother AzanAhmathTheTruth. Shalom.